Fine, now let's Sid try his hand first, but if that doesn't work, we're going to do it my way. Reviving the legacy, Garatia seems eager to better know the way. It said Sid had voice acting here. I think he had voice acting in Heaven's Ward, but I legit can't remember for the life of me. And I don't think it sounded anything like the one in Praetorium. Like, I heard his voice in Praetorium, I was like, did Sid really sound like that? It sounded really goofy. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rambrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. He was in the war. Haven't you heard? The war that I never attended because I never had time to, but I probably should sometime in the near future. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone, but come, let's be on our way. Oh yeah, you did meet Sid in the Crystal Tower. I think, yes? Yeah, you did. It was when him and Nero were, like, in a really goofy spot. Look at him. All but running. How sweet. What do you mean? Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Oh my god, you're patronizing him for being a fanboy? Hello? Have you looked in the mirror? Okay, I go back to Mordona. Who the hell was it that told me that Alisa's just been talking about you night and day ever since she got here? And I was so eager to meet the famous Griffin Fire. Okay, Kral and Tataru. Kral? I take it you have news to share. So do I. Hey, nice. I like news. I'm pleased to see your mission was a success in no small part due to the bonanza. Kral's back too. I wonder what was decided at the council. Did you go to the stuffy meeting that I decided not to go to? Large low-born presence detected. How dare you? Wonderful news, Griffin. Taro contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kral? Would I have gone to the Alliance if I chose to do so? Did I miss that part of the storyline? I don't know. Or would it have shoved me over to going with them anyway? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how to best respond to the recent events in Golemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the... what? Illard or Third? A legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears that they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. That's where fucking Asai came from. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyo and Asai? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in the mystery. We're hoping that Thancred or Ajay will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such a time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere with the conflict. And so, thanks in part of the Imperial withdrawal from Grimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. So that explains why there was Amherst with one of the... was it Zundu? It was Zundu. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent this is not a problem easily solved. The Luminsons in particular struggle with their efforts, and the Alphano and Ishola have been called upon to aid them. Yeah, they already had bad blood with the kobolds even before they started summoning Titan, so... Well, it was that bad blood that caused them to summon Titan in the first place. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. On that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Nod's respite? Oh, well, I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Okay, we go back to the sick rooms. I understand you took a little trip to Azizla. Ra made himself useful, I trust. We've made the respite cozier than ever. You're going to love it. Oh, really? Oh, man, I love to see this. So it's not... So it doesn't look like a little hospital room anymore? Well, it still does, sort of. Like, here's the sick beds and everything, but... I mean, it's fine. It actually looks kind of the same. Are we gonna get Sid voice? Say something, Sid. No! Oh, come on, man! Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find a password to this elegance report. Just so, with Neri a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Ugh. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rembros. It contains an elegant dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and see to work right away. Thanks, Sid. Sid, my bro, my homie, my pal. My amigo from Al Amigo. Not really. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Did you know he's only like 30 years old, but he always looks like an old man? What? Oh, I didn't see that. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, milady. Note, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption. Novir. Password is freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to an alteration of the aether of the soul. Said aether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than the other. But when a subject is exposed to the aether of an icon, this changes their soul, taking on the properties of the entity in question. Oh, is that Sephiroth? Oh. By way of an example, exposure to the aether of the fiend Sephiroth would cause the subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. Now you turn to a Beast Boy. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to the elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner, do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption. In accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. Oh, so they had to do the same thing all the way back then. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Ah, the asshole clown dude. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested this decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of ranking title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the elegants were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. You mean the asshole Amon that we had to kick his ass in the Crystal Tower? More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. 2. Yet were we simply to reanimate the tempered soul, I fear it would do not but diminish the individual's fanatical fate. Indeed, it may well intensify it. Reanimate a tempered soul. Okay. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over their subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining at its thrall. True. If we could only make them remember who they were, so there's no point in reviving their souls unless we can also restore their sense of self. Oh, so it's something like that, yeah? But of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which has come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see, the theory would seem sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide a basis for a cure. Okay. So the blood thing was not really something that that they were supposed to do. It was just that he did like as a last resort because they didn't have the time to figure out the proper way to do it. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as these were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. Cool. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power, a lot more, and I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind the password? It was a dude? I thought it was a girl. Oh well. To keep it from prying eyes, of course. What else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. Oh, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many Magitek terminals as you can and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Oh, you just had to give that little cheeky smile. Things are about to get very busy. Luckily, we have your help, eh? As with our first foray into the labyrinth of the ancients, we seek to venture into the unknown. In order to succeed, we require not only knowledge and preparation, but daring besides, just like old times. Just like old times. We're getting there, Griffin, one step at a time. I'm glad they're letting us go on this adventure while they deal with all the boring stuff. All those Magitek terminals wouldn't come cheap. Shut up, Tataru. Some things you couldn't put a price on. Suffice it to say, I shall be of whatever help I can. Right, well, Garatia and I configure the terminals. I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I trust Griffin and Alice with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Okay. Take them to the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what you need. Thank you. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody knows my face and my body. No? Nothing for me? Okay. Okay, I go to that place where machinists go, which I never go to because I kind of have something against ranged players. I mean, it's not that I don't like ranged jobs, it's just that like ever since I played Bard, I tried to play Bard and I was so put off by it that it kind of... What's this? Sundry. Oh, okay, that's a new thing. Okay, Sky Steel. So, it's not too far, but I'm still gonna take the Aetherite. Ever since I tried to play Bard and it was as complicated for me as it was trying to learn how to play Summoner, so I just kind of got put off by it. But I'm pretty sure that there'll be a day when I'll pick it up again. I probably won't be as bothered by it. I mean, I played Summoner and Savage, so I don't think range is that bad. Hello. From me, Lout. You stand in the Sky Steel Manufactory. What does it require? Hello, sir, I have this. Issued by Garland Ireland Works, the promissory note is intended for the purchase of the quantity of ceruleum specified thereupon. So you are after ceruleum. In that case, please send the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Every time I step in the Ishgard and I don't see my husbando, my heart withers a little more. Alright, give me that shit. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning though, the price has shot up on account of uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Yes? Well, now, a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem, it's as good as gold to me. Just give me the goddamn yes!
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
Oh hell yeah, that's some good shit.
As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why'd you kidnap the Birdman? What's up, my dude? I know you too.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
Yeah, what the fuck is he up to? He's like, oh no, I can't help. I gotta go. Like, go where? What the hell are you doing?
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Okay.
But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
You, and only you. But not you. Not, at this moment. Damn it.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed.
Oh shit, did I cut him off? I don't know.
You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
Hey, good shit, good shit. Thank you, Husbando.
In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
I love being famous. Thanks. I mean, I have no promises that it'll actually work, but thanks. Good to see you. Bye. Thank you for throwing me the bone, Yoshi. Even though it's not his old voice actor, he still sounds pretty hot. No, like after Heavensward, like from Stormblood onwards, he had a different voice actor from the one that was doing his voice originally. Now that's a damn lot of ceruleum. Or a damn lot of, what do you say, Magitech terminals? Now what's her problem? Why are you so damn dumps?
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much?
Oh. You had to carry all of it?
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Oh, you tried to carry the entire fucking load of oh, come on, girl.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
Now that voice is totally not the Praetorium Sid's voice. That's why I figured. But thank you for voicing Sid.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
Did he always sound like that? Like, I legit can't remember what Hadi sounded like in Heaven's Word if he ever said anything.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Yay, assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
Okay, you do you, dude.
But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
By the way, the healing applications of crystal foci proved very useful in getting us to where we are now. I must remember to thank Mikoto. Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
And I can't tack that voice to Sid. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make it like sound natural, but like I really can't. I think it's too rough. I think it should be a little bit more.
All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Everyone's falling asleep.
Damn it. It's overloading.
He's gonna blow! Where even are we? Are we still in the Rising Stones?
Much longer!
Are you gonna blow up our headquarters?
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh!
We blow up the headquarters for the sake of science?
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Skinny Wesker, do something.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There!
Oh, well, everything's blowing up. Oh, well, so much for that.
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Oh, really? So you're telling me you have a photogenic memory too?
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Why do you say that? Why? It just overloaded. You can fix it.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.